All right, we are recording, and we're ready to start our game. Though I did make a quick change between setup and now, which is I did toss gift exchange on the elf, just because looking at the board, I thought, what's the chance I'm actually going to find two allies or buds, someone to trade with? And I thought, let's just do explore, draw a card. I drew explore cliff. The cliff's close at least, but the explorers are a little tough because hitting every clearing is often very inconvenient. That's why I upped all of those to 2 VP. Um, Especially one like Borderlands or caves or caverns, like those are high pass, can be a disaster, and so on. So those all get 2 VP instead of 1. So we'll take it. The cliff's close, and I could easily see that being sort of on his way anyway, right? So I wrote some day ones for some folks that I sort of had a quick idea of what to do. The elf, unfortunately, isn't one of those. I do think the elf. So the problem is just looking at. I mean, obviously we have 2 VPs sitting right here. I think the elf would love to run out and try to grab this permit. My wild guess, though, is that the druid, because he has these guide cards, is going to easily be able to get out there, which is exactly what I'm trying to do, by the way. So we're just going to pop guide, get to the hermit, and search. Oops, I premature there. I was um right. So bam, bam, and then you're just right there and done. So I'm a little concerned. I need to put the 10 gold down for everybody too, which I forgot to do. I'm trying to put the 10 gold up so I remember. Always end up doing it in the middle. Um, so yeah, so I think the elf, and he could go for the spirit, but again, I think the magician has the drop on him because the magician with the take cover doesn't have to hide. The magician um is probably going to go there, although the magician's taking a day, right? So now we don't know this as the elf. It's a little metagamey for me to know that. I do think the magician's going to try to get at least one crony with him to make this transform work. And then we probably want to cast. If I remember to do it, we probably want to cast. The so we would like to end in a dwelling to get that windfall, but the extra hide phase does give us an advantage. We're going to have more, we're going to be able to hide and have search phases and so on. So I do think uh, the elf's rough. He's always a little bit rough for me. I think we're going to buzz out and we're going to try it. Let's just see. Maybe we can get to here. We can be hidden. Um, Maybe we can get in there first. I do have the search thingy, so we might. So maybe we can do it. So I'm gonna go for the elf. I'm gonna use my extra hide, and then 1, 2, 3. So extra hide, move, 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 ruins 4, and then that doesn't leave me with much else to do. Simply because. So I'm gonna search because, well, my take is if you don't know what you're doing, searching might work. So at the very least, you can get to look at chits or peer or whatever. But that's not a great spot to search in. We'll see what happens. So, all right. So that is our day one. Let's get a monster roll in. It is a 5. So we have spiders and imps. That's great for the elf if we can get a spider on the board. So that's good. Let's pull the druid first. And then the elf. So druid is first, and the druid is going 1-2. He is used guide instantly. And he's going to the hermit, and he's going to search. And I tell you, the reason we're doing this, and just we can search, is because A, we know the druid's not going to pull anything unless it's a sight chit, because that's the rules we're using today. And 2, he can run for most stuff anyway, so he is fairly, able to move with impunity throughout most of the Magic Realm. He does not find anything, though. Oops, he's number 3, and that's his turn for the day. Now, what does he draw? So let's bones. So trolls and the shrine in 4. Well, it's interesting. He has consult demon, so I don't hate that for him. That might be a place for him to head to, but he doesn't find the hermit, and he is done for the day. The elf goes 1, 2, 3. So the elf is going to hide, though. So let's roll on hide for the elf. 5, so he is hidden. It doesn't matter. Nothing appears here on a monster roll of 5. Does he find anything? Strangely enough, he can find something. But we get a 5, and he doesn't find it. My light, I realize that I got these dark shadows everywhere. And so we're done. We're done there, and the elf is done. So... Oops, I was putzing with some stuff here, and I accidentally put him on the wrong. Oops. I was like, I'm looking for what are the stats of some of these guys underneath, and I screwed up and put him back. So that's my fault. Rogue 7 is here. The magician is here. He's going to hide once and then trade. He does hide, so that's good in case someone shows up. My son likes to play with magician, and he learned this the hard way when the troll showed up at the inn. Day 1 and killed his magician because he wasn't ready for it. So we hide here. We're going to trade with the rogues. So I don't know what they got, but let's take a quick look. You always got horses. Unlikely you're going to buy one on day 1. Quick boots and the good book. Well, strangely enough, the good book is awesome, but unlikely he'll get it. The quick boots actually are awesome because they give us a move M3 with no asterisks. So I like both of those. Sorry. Neither of those is bad for our guy. I mean, we're going to get neither of these today. I'm going to roll on the good book just for giggles. We're friendly with the rogues, so it's certainly possible that we could boon this up, but it is highly unlikely. And in fact, we get a no deal. So that's our trade is done. But we do get to hire. Both these guys are a $1 base cost. I would love to get 1 or 2 of them. Price times 2. So for $2, so we'll put an 8 there instead. We're going to get Rogue 7. No deal. So Rogue 7 it is, sir. So Rogue 7 done on day 15. And here we go. So there you go. I'm going to put him right there for now, just so I'll put him here. Standard practice, done. And the magician is done. And the Black Knight, I think, is also... Now, don't get me wrong, the Black Knight has a lot less chance of success here. Simply because he's neutral, but he does have the 1 die on meeting tables because everybody's scared of him. So he hides also. And now we're going to take a quick look. It's the good book and the boots. They both suck for him. I'll roll on the boots. 5, not going to happen. But we don't get, there's no trouble or anything, but it is a no deal. Let's do the higher, though. I roll 1 die, so that is true. So hold on, let me roll for the boots. Okay, so there you go. Strangely, an opportunity. So I'll roll in the friendly chart for the boot. 5. Price times 4. So once again, nothing happened. Rogues. For Rogue 6, no deal. And then we have one more higher. Come on, give me one of these. No deal. So that's too bad. We get nothing. And oh yeah, does anything show up at the end? No, the bash cards would show up at the campfire. So we are done. And in fact, we're done with day 1, pretty much. So be it. It's a quick day 1. Um, Oh, at the end of day 1, by the way, I do want to cast. So I am going to cast Hidden Signs at the end of day 1. So now I have an extra search phase until I roll a 6 on any search table. So let me do cast signs. Let's just put a note there. And what that's going to do is it's going to let me hide. I'm going to move into the spirits, so 6, move 6. I'm going to extra search, and I'm going to search. So that's a pretty good day when you're moving into a cave. So I got 2 shots to get that spirit, and done. I'll just have to note. My main problem with this spell is I always forget to take the thing off. So because when I roll a 6. So the elf is done, and he has a good shot of getting that spirit. I think the magician's done here. Oh, and I need to cast also. So end of day. Sorry. And I should always remember we are always alerting probably the transform chit here at the end of any given day. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I use that as a default just in case. So I'm going to cast 2 spells. One of them is going to be Nudge, and I'll cast it with black. So I'm going to put this chit here. It is now a Nudge chit. And I'm going to cast Blur. That one. And Gold. And that is my Blur chit. So now I got to move time 1. Oh no, it's actually choose a chit and make it a move time 1. Well, how about this? I'm going to invert it. I don't love that. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna pretend that this chit is the move chit, just because it denotes what the hell's going on. Easy enough. All right. So the magician now. So the reason why we took nudge is because transform is of course very highly dependent on this random table here, and the random table is now we use transform offensively. Obviously, you can use it on yourself. And you could get on a double ones the flying dragon, which is great. He sucks compared to the actual flying dragon that you can absorb essence to because he does not have a separate head with a T3 attack. That's the main key with the flying dragon, and that's why the flying dragon is so good for, say, the witch or the witch king to absorb. This is a mediocre. This is effectively the tremendous troll, without a good flip side. Like the tremendous troll is great. So I usually don't shoot for this unless I have a great chance. Now you can fly, so that's awesome. Or you can walk woods here. So I usually don't shoot for transform on myself. I use it offensively as an attack spell. This nudge chit means that I can take any one of these dice when I roll it and flip it down 1 or up 1. So for instance, I could take this and say, well, I want to make that a 5. Done. So now instead of the sparrow, I have a squirrel. Or more to the point, if I have the eagle, which this is the worst roll you can ever see as the magician. You're gonna get, I mean, these ones are bad too, by the way, 2s and 1s, but 3 on this transform, and you've got an eagle, and that eagle is going to kill you slowly. So you can nudge this, and then all of a sudden it's a sparrow and you're safe. So this gives me a way better chance to do that. So we're in good shape as the magician now to sort of spring. And we have 1 hireling, so we're in a good way to spring out and get some stuff done. So I think the elf, we got the elf's move, the magician's move, we're ready to roll and get out the door here. We should remember, though, that the good book is at the rogues, because that is type 7 spell. Good book and boots at rogues. Done. I'll just write that down for him. I'll never remember it. And so where are we striking off to? Well, we need to locate the vault, but that's a sort of a little bit of a luck-based thing. Rescue requires a monster to pop. I feel we're in a bad way in terms of rushing for these early victory points, because we have 2 characters that are really primed to already get them. But we do got to get out of Dodge. Like, we have to break through and figure out where shit is. So I think we're gonna go 1, 2. And the shrine's not a terrible spot. Remember that the order is here. The good thing about this is, if we get cursed here at the shrine, learning a spell, we can just pop right over here and be done with it. So I think we're going to go to the shrine. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to search. And the reason we can do that is because of take cover. We don't have to worry. We can go 1, 2, 3, runes 4, and then we can search. And if we take cover, we can take cover. The Druid has not found the Hermit yet, so we will hide. Do we need to hide? No. You know what? No, we do not need to hide. We're going to search, and search. We're going to spend the day searching for this Hermit and get our point. That's our goal. The Black Knight. Well, I'm a little bummed that we didn't get at least 1 rogue to help us. That does help in some of these fights. Just 1 guy to take the 1 extra dude off your sheet. Is sort of awesome. And we aren't going to beat these guys we're not going to beat these guys to any of these points, I don't think. In the meantime, we do need Navigator, and we do need an Envoy, and we need to kill a heavy monster. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend 1 more day here. We will hide, and we'll hire 3 times, and we're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope to get 1 lackey before we move out. But if today doesn't work, we're going to have to move out. Like, I can't spend 4 days or 5 days here. And we are done. So that is day 2. Let's move our chit here and get a die roll on the board. The Druid's hoping for a 2. It's a 5. So spiders again. And that's it, day 2. So let's... Black Knight is first, and he's going to hide once. He fails. So good to know. Sucks a little bit for him. Let's roll on the neutral table. 1 die for the meeting. 3 price times 4. He's going to take it. So that's -4. And he's going to get Rogue 6 under his command here through day 16. Rogue 6. And we got 2 more of these. We might as well roll them. Trouble. Sort of sucks. 3, no deal. 3rd and final hide phase is an opportunity. So we'll roll on friendly. 6, no deal. So, okay, that sucked a little bit. But we're going to take that guy, and he's going to come with us and help us kill trolls, pretty much. He's done. Does anybody show up? I don't think so, because Bashkar's again at the campfire. So he will have to roll at the end of the day for the rogues, just in case they decide to attack him. Let's do the Druid. Search. 3. That is not super useful. Oh, by the way, the Druid, we should mark it, does have ruins 1. Oh, I did, and I marked it. Oh, jeez. That's not cool. That I marked some crap. So he already found this. He's done. Again. Failed. And failed. So he actually blows it. And he's done. That sucked. So I certainly expected a better outcome of that. Okay. And again, I hate to get into these searchy. I hate those days where you spend 20 days searching shit. How's that? So the elf is hiding and moving in and searching. So let's do it. Extra hide. Bam, he does. He moves in. He searches 2 times. He's looking for a 3, 2, or a 1. That roll would have been great. 1 later. Yes, done. So the elf finds the spirit. So that is cool. So now he has a follower. He has a point. We'll take spirit off of the board here. And now the spirit is going to, we remove it here. The spirit is going to, oh man, I forgot to do all kinds of crap. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not pull up my scoreboard here or anything. No, I am woefully underprepared. I was trying to expedite this, so I've copy pasted some stuff and was trying to write moves ahead of time and so on. And as you can see, that didn't quite work out exactly since. So okay, so we got all this, and then scores, and you can't see what I'm doing anyway. So you're like, what the hell's he doing? I'm actually just setting up my scoreboard. So I can have easy access to it. And I just, okay, so there you go. So we're going to give the elf a point for a card. And he takes the early lead here in the game. And, I mean, he can just get out and move out there tomorrow. So that's also cool. So the magician, he is going to the shrine. 1, 2, 3, and he's going to try to find the shrine. 4, or nope, and nothing. So done. Now nothing appears, but I do think we have our early game sort of set up here, right? I think the elf's moving out. I think the magician maybe starts with the shrine. Druid tries to get the hermit. And pretty much it's the Black Knight. And I think the Black Knight, oh, and by the way, we used guide. So we do need, so that is a problem. We do need to re-up him. And we have fan club. So that's not bad. That is soldier. So we need to get to the house. So that's pretty easy for the druid, I think. It's not super fast, but it's not super far either. So I think once we pick this hermit up, where are we going to go to get to the house? We're actually going to go this way through the ledges here, and then make our way to the house. So good for him. Also, we're hoping this demon pops. So done. All right. I think that's so. Day 2's in the books. Day 3, sort of figuring out The elf is going to use his extra hide, and then I think move into the ledges. So ledges 4 is where he'll end up. Extra hide. Move and move. Move and move L4. Done. The magician is going to try to find that shrine, which he does. Hopefully. We'll see in a minute here. The druid, still trying to find the damn hermit. Ugh. Yep, just gonna do it. Done. And then our buddy, the Black Knight, is going to try to get out of dodge here. So 1, 2, and since we have to do Navigator anyway, now we do not have the advantage of, I think it's 1 and then search. We don't have the advantage of doing what the rest of them do. And so that is it. We are moving, and day 3. Goblins and octopus. I don't think that changes anything here. So, okay. Let's see who moves first. Black Knight moves first. So Black Knight is going to walk up 2. He hides before this. He totally succeeds. And now he's looking for a 3, 2, or 1. And he doesn't get it. He is done. Nothing appears. It's a quiet first 3 days here. The Druid needs a 3, 2, or 1 for the Hermit. He gets it. And he is the first to discover the Hermit. So Druid gets a point. Oh, wrong guy. Okay, well, no, not you. You don't get a point. I'm sorry. So I mentally keep thinking the Druid is 2. He's really player 3. Druid gets a point, and I'm gonna score. So when I score, I'm gonna put something like this so that I know when people have scored. So let me do that with the elf, because the elf, the spirit, scored here. So anytime you see a point, I should see something in caps. The rest of his searches are redundant, so he is done. The magician is going to search 4 times to find our... And he does. So he locates that shrine. So we're marking the shrine. So that's interesting. Now he has 3 loots. Now, don't get me wrong. Whether or not he gets anything, it's a 4 or less to actually get something from the shrine. But he does have another option, and that is there's a type 5 and a type 1. So the type 5, actually pretty intriguing. Tell you what, let's roll first to loot. Let's say 4, 3, 2, or 1. That's a fail, so that's 1. 2 fails. Gosh darn it. So he's 4 shots at, no, 3 shots at this. Is his last shot. 4. Well, there you go. So we draw the 6th card from the deck. That is the Power Boots. I mean, I'm going to quote-unquote activate it. I can't activate it now. I can only activate at the beginning of phase, blah, blah, blah. So it's really inactive, but we're going to activate it first thing tomorrow, unless something appears, which it won't because the monster roll. That's not terrible. Allows him to carry heavy crap, right? Done. It's not great for him, simply because if he, carries heavy crap, he can't run from anything, probably. Having said that, it's not the worst treasure he could have pulled out of there. So that's him, though. He is done. And finally, the elf. And so the elf is going to end up here, and he's going to hide once. And he does. So let's see what the hell's in the ledges. Smoke and horde. Huh. Okay. So that means this place is deadly dragons down here, but but all good. So the elf is done, and frankly, that we're doing 3 day sessions here. So in a half an hour, we can pop 3 days out. And I think if we take a quick look, adjust scores here. It's not the most exciting first 3 days, but I mean, it's 3 days for crying out loud. I feel bad because I'm like, well, nothing happened. Well, the answer is, well, what really is 3 days. It's not a whole week. So, and everybody's jammed up together. Um, so we have the elf scoring and the druid scoring, and they're winning 1 to 1 to nothing to nothing. I think the magician has some play here going. The elf could just start looting the horde like a maniac, I suppose. Now, what I didn't do for the elf is I didn't end my day in a dwelling, so I still have $5 to claim for the elf, which sucks that I did not do that when I had a chance. So that's my fault. Um, but you have to end the day there, so he'd have to stay in the. So okay, that's it. That's where we're at. I will talk to all of you in probably a few moments. I'm probably going to play the next 3 days here in a second. So I will talk to you in a bit. Bye bye.